What's going on, everybody? It's Carmine from BarmineTech, and today we're making a video that I hoped I never was going to have to make. Got the unfortunate news the other night that Don, or NovaSpiritTech, has unfortunately lost his battle of cancer. This was something that we hoped was never going to happen, but unfortunately had to know it was going to happen at some point. I don't know what else to say about it. I've said it a lot on the channel, but Don is really the reason that we have BarmineTech, the reason I started doing YouTube, and he was a pivotal point in my IT career. I'm going to try to talk a little bit about my experience with Don to hopefully get the algorithm right for this video so it gets pushed around YouTube some more. Just hope that we can get the support for the family that we need in this very sad time. I guess I'll start off with when I first met Don, which was back in 2022. I was finishing up my bachelor's and I was looking for jobs. And coming out of college with next to no experience, no cybersecurity experience, and really no real world job experience, I did whatever else I could in college to try to get some experience, was do home lab projects. And I thought I was the coolest thing doing like Pi-hole DNS and other silly Raspberry Pi projects. So when I would go on job interviews, that would be stuff that I would talk about to try to show my Linux skills or my networking skills and whatever. And some people were really impressed by it when you met a job recruiter or interviewer that knows nothing about IT. But when I went to this job interview and I met Don and I started talking about it, and the minute I started talking about it, he knew right away what I was talking about, and I realized that I met somebody who really knows what they're talking about for once. At this point, I had no idea who Don was. I probably saw a couple of his videos in the past, but I never put two and two together who he was. Don was good about it, and he just brushed it off, and we chatted about the projects and some Raspberry Pi stuff. And then eventually I ended up getting that job and working with him. We realized then after a while when he started talking about YouTube that eventually I found his YouTube channel and realized who he was. And then it hit me that the guy I was trying to talk up my simple or silly Raspberry Pi projects to was a celebrity in our community for his Raspberry Pi projects. I mean, I believe he was one of the first people to water cool a Raspberry Pi project. But that was like my first encounter with Don. Throughout my time working with him, I wanted to build a home lab server, and Don was very helpful about the whole aspect of it. He gave me parts, he gave me guidance on what I should do and this and that. And I built out the whole server. I broke it. He helped fix it. I break it again. He'd help fix it again. And eventually I realized that I built a server that is horrible. It wasn't good on power. It had a lot of hardware in it, but it just wasn't a very efficient server. And when I realized that, I looked at him. I said, "Why'd you let me build this?" And he said, "Because you need to learn somehow, and that's how you learn." And he was right, because that's how I learned. Don was a genuine, kind-hearted person, and he was always willing to teach anybody that he could. He was always willing to help out in any way he could. And that's what I'll miss most about my friend. He was a very important part of my growth in my IT career and my personal life and my YouTube channel and a lot of other stuff. He's going to be dearly missed, not just by me, but by our other friends, his family, and everybody in this community. So far, there's been so much kind words said about Don through posts and videos and talk in Discord channels and anything else. And that's how I feel like it should be, because Don was that kind of person. He was just so kind and genuine, and he deserves any of the support that we could give him, no matter what. I think I said it earlier, but the family has requested that in lieu of flowers or anything else, they're asking for contributions to their son Zach's 529 plan. I'll have the information below, but the only requirement for that is that you need a U.S. bank account to go into his New York State 529 plan. This will be a savings plan that can be used by Zach and Sandy for Zach's college fund, so hopefully he'll be in the situation that Zach will have to pay next to nothing for college, if anything. This would be the best way that we could support the family going forward, and I ask if you're able to contribute to the 529 plan. If you're unable to contribute, that's no problem if you can continue to watch Don's videos, as they'll still generate revenue. And I'm hoping that they'll be just direct deposited into an account that Sandy has access to. It's the little things that we could do to give back to somebody who gave us so much. All revenue that is generated by this video will go directly into Zach's 529 plan. That is why this video will stay monetized, in a hope that we can generate some more money to put into Zach's 529 plan. I'm not really sure what else to say, other than I'm gonna miss my friend I do ask that you respect the family's privacy in this time. If you do come across any information or anything else, that you do let them grieve in peace. Don't encroach on their privacy. One more other thing I forgot to mention was, unfortunately this week we won't have a long format video. This video's going to go up early. Hopefully I'm going to have it up today before I head into work. I'm not going to upload Friday most likely. If anything, it'll just be shorts the rest of the week. I'm hoping to be back to a normal schedule next week, but I can't guarantee that I'll be able to have a video next week either. You might just have shorts again, so I'm sorry about that, but I'm going to work on getting back to our normal content as quickly as I can. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. As my buddy Don would say, hack till it hurts.